Let's say I'm an alcoholic, raging alcoholic. And all of a sudden, I start getting home late after work. I get off the studio, I take the earpiece out of my ear, and I go right to the bar and start pounding booze. And the wife is understandably concerned and upset. Kids are concerned and upset that day after day after day, I'm getting home an hour, 2 hours later than I normally do, and I'm just sauced by the time I walk in the door, all right? And this goes on a couple weeks. Over and over and over again, this happens. And then one day, I knock off work, take the earpiece out of my ear. I decide I'm not going to the bar. But on the way home, flat tire. Dang it, got to pull over, fix that flat tire. When I get home late that night, have I earned the benefit of the doubt when the wife comes and says, I bet you were drinking again, you were probably drinking again? Have I earned the benefit of the doubt? Or does she have every right at that point in time to accuse me of getting at the bar and getting after it? Well, of course. Of course she has every right. I have no right to defend myself. I have no right to get indignant about it. How dare you? I was changing a tire. Because I have violated trust so many times that it's all gone. And until I earn that trust back, she has every right to believe I'm lying. Which brings us to our government. DOJ, FBI, IRS, CIA, I mean, pick your department. Brings us to our government. This guy, Gal Luft, we've been talking about him. Gal, I don't know how to say his name, but whistleblower. Whistleblower with some really, really damaging sounding things for the Biden family. Remember we played you this little clip of him?
But perhaps the most alarming information I revealed was of a mole within the DOJ who shared classified information with Hunter Biden and his Chinese partners. I told the DOJ that Hunter was closely associated with a very senior retired FBI official. The information I provided the FBI in March of 2019 was fully corroborated 9 months later when the famous laptop belonging to Hunter Biden, which contained all the emails and receipts, was handed to the FBI. In other words, the FBI knew from me about the Biden CFC deals before they got hold of the laptop, way before. They had enough time to investigate the issue, but they didn't. After Brussels, I never heard back from the DOJ, but instead of showing appreciation for my whistleblowing, I became public enemy number one. Over the past 4 years that followed, me, my family, my friends, my associates, we were all harassed, intimidated, and finally, I was prosecuted.
Prosecuted? Mm-hmm. Did you notice? He goes on.
In February this year, I was arrested in Cyprus on an extradition request from the Southern District of New York, the very same office that met with me in Brussels. The 7-count indictment said I violated the Arms Export Control Act, and if I convicted, I would face up to 100 years in prison. I was also charged with acting as an unregistered agent of CFC, which is a FARA violation. I'm also being charged for making a false statement in Brussels. But why was I in Brussels to begin with? Was I there to eat Belgian waffles? The DOJ charged me for making a statement in a voluntary meeting that would have never come to bear if not for my good citizenship. So let me propose an idea. Why won't the DOJ make my indictment public? Do it. Make my day. Put it on your website so that every American can see the nature of the allegations against me, the quality of the evidence, and the length the government is willing to go to weaponize the justice system to punish whistleblowers like me.
Well, Gal got his wish. As of yesterday, the Southern District of New York, one of the most politicized branches of the DOJ, announced that they're charging him with acting as an unregistered foreign agent, trafficking in arms, violating U.S. sanctions against Iran, making false statements to federal agents. Now, what do we know? What do we know about these charges? Well, You can dig into all of them yourself. You can read it all. You're more than welcome to. You can believe or not believe. But when people ask me what I think about it, I say, why would I care? I don't believe anything. I don't believe the DOJ ever. And that's not my fault. That's their fault. I believe the Department of Justice is lying at all times. I believe that because I've watched what this despicable organization has done, how they've gone after all the enemies of Democrats while at the same time protecting Democrats like the Biden family. My trust has been violated over and over and over and over again as they went to the bar on the way home from work. So don't now tell me that I just need to read the indictment and look at the evidence. Nope. I assume you lie. I assume you made it all up because you've lied over and over and over again. And that may sound cynical to you. And I would actually come back at you with this. I feel like you and I have an obligation to believe they are lying at all times. We must completely take away any trust we have in this organization until this organization earns back the trust, or even acts like they're interested in earning back the trust. You know what can earn back my trust? Send Elvis Chan to prison. Send Laura Demlow to prison. Who are these people, you may be asking? I'm sad you don't already know. We'll get into that in a moment, but do you remember this little video from Mark Zuckerberg?
One of the threats that the FBI has alerted our companies and the public to was the possibility of a hack and leak operation in the days or weeks leading up to this election.
The FBI went to Facebook, went to social media companies, and told them to censor the Hunter Biden laptop information. But who at the FBI? Laura Demlow and Elvis Chan. How hiding, how ashamed are these people of this? Well, Elvis Chan's on TV bragging about what he did.
I was very involved. Our field office, FBI San Francisco, was very involved in helping to protect the U.S. elections in 2020. And I think we can all agree, or I think many of us can agree, that it was a very safe election, that there was no malign foreign influence. There was mostly not voter fraud, despite what you hear on different outlets. Even though foreign actors were trying to interfere in our elections, the FBI, the U.S. government, working in conjunction with the private sector, as well as with election officials from every single state and, protectorate, we were really able to do it. And you're going to say, hey, Elvis, what was the juicy stuff? The juicy stuff was we talked with all of these entities I mentioned regularly, at least on a monthly basis, and right before the election, probably on a weekly basis, right? If they were seeing anything unusual, if we were seeing anything unusual, sharing intelligence with technology companies, with social media companies, so that they could protect their own platforms, right?
That's an FBI agent bragging about coordinating with social media companies to censor information that may be harmful to Joe Biden and his chances at becoming president of the United States of America. So allow me to repeat myself again. I believe everything that comes out of the DOJ, FBI, everywhere, I believe all of it is a lie. I think I'm being lied to at all times. And if you would like to earn back my trust so I believe you ever again about anything, you will arrest that human being. You will put him through a public trial for violating the civil rights of Americans, for violating, abusing his post at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And as soon as the cell door closes on Elvis Chan, as he begins his 30-year prison sentence in Fort Leavenworth, then you will start to earn back a little bit of my trust. But as of now, he's still celebrated and cheered for. So don't bring up evidence about Gal Loft to me and try to convince me that he's some criminal, because you're all liars. All that may have made you uncomfortable, but I am right. You want to watch our special on George Washington? It's freaking awesome. Well, you can. All you have to do is become a First TV supporter. That gives you access to all of our specials on demand, and it's cake. All you have to go to is thefirsttv.com/support. Thefirsttv.com/support. Become a supporter. Enjoy learning about George Washington.